This is Bengals Nation with Coach Marvin Lewis, presented by Tri-Health.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Bengals Nation. Bob Herzog alongside Jen Dalton, back at the Holy Grail. And holy cow, Jen, 3-game road trip, starts down in New Orleans and starts with a win, and we're back in first place.
Love to be in first place, and we have a first-rate show for you tonight. Yeah. Our guest this evening is Rex Burkhead, running back. Awesome guy. He's going to be at the Eichler Golf Car Autograph Table. Tonight we have a fabulous band, one of our favorites.
Love these guys.
Up on the Cincinnati College Stage. It is Gangbox. Great guys. You're going to want to stick around for their music. We also have the Bud Light Ball Toss. It is back this week. Can't miss that. And you cannot miss Marvin's Must, brought to you by Northgate Mall.
Let's send it on out to Coach and to Brad right now. Brad, head to Houston. Everything's bigger in Texas. I would assume that also means strips of bacon at least the length of my arm. Am I right?
Thank you, Bob. Yeah, things definitely are bigger in Texas. I don't think that applies to bacon, though. We may have to discuss that later. The Bengals are staying on the road. Houston Texans are next. We'll get to the Texans in the next half hour. Coach and I will break down the big win over the Saints. Lots to do over the next half hour. First, let's send it back to the Holy Grail and Mike.
All right, thanks a lot, Brad. We're joined tonight at the Eichler Golf Car Autograph Table by Bengals running back Rex Burkhead. Like Cedric Pierman last week, Rex is making the most of his opportunity with Gio Bernard having been out of the lineup the last 3 weeks. We'll talk with Rex about that and these Houston Texans coming up later in the show. In the meantime, let's send it back to you and Coach Lewis.
Thank you, Mike. I don't know whether you're going to tell me you had one specific message, but maybe it was your magic must that you figured it out. What'd you say to this team? Because they played pretty well in all phases to win against the Saints.
Well, I mean, I think it's really the work, the execution, but I thought most importantly was playing poised. We knew the noise of the week, the noise of the dome. We had a lot of noise to overcome, and just block the noise out and go do our thing.
Don't listen to the noise. We'll head into the locker room right now, as we'll get more from Coach in just a bit, but hear what the players have to say about facing the Texans.
We'll stick to our game plan. I mean, they're not changing their offense too much. You know, they still run the same things that they ran in week 1, week 2 when they had Fitzpatrick. So there's not much on him in terms of what receivers he likes to go to. Does he stare down? Does he look you off? Things like that. But they're still the same. They're still the same offensive coordinator. So you just watch the film and try to guess what they might come out and try to do.
Well, it's No Shave November, and that reminds us all about men's health. But Tri-Health wants to remind men of all ages that it's time to get your annual physical. Did you know that only 30% of men get their annual physical? Come on, guys. We need to do better than that. At your annual physical, ask your doctor what screenings are appropriate for your age. Also, know your family history. It will help your doctor provide appropriate care. And don't just use the month of November as an excuse not to shave, guys. Make sure that you schedule your annual physical with a Tri-Health primary care doctor today. It's time to start living better with Tri-Health. Time now to send it over to Brad and Coach, guys.
Jen, thanks very much. Coach, the roller coaster continues. One bad week, one good week. It's always nice to end on the good week, so let's talk about the good week. You walk into a place that we talked about as we sat here a week ago and said, Saints don't lose at home. They historically don't lose back-to-back games at home, period. And you treated them as if like it was a very unhappy home for them. What was the key, do you think, in doing what you did?
Well, I think, first off, Brad, it doesn't really matter what, it's up to us to do our thing and play football the right way, execution-wise. We did a good job on offense. We got off to a good start. We converted some third downs. Defensively, it took us a while to get going. Totally. I mean, they converted third downs, which was the biggest thing of the day, but we were able to hold them to a field goal the first drive, come back and have the goal line stand. We overcame a couple penalties, and so that really set the tone for the day.
In your mind, game balls, who got the game balls, who was worthy of game balls?
Well, obviously Andy Dalton played a game lights out. He did a great job. Our fullback Ryan Hewitt played excellent on offense. Those two guys really stood out. And then defensively, Pecco, Malaluga, Lemure all played very well. We had a lot of guys play well. Dunlop as well played well on defense. And we got to keep coming, though. We had a lot of young guys contribute, which was, I thought a lot was important in the football game. But Jermaine Gresham had the big catches, the big touchdown catch that got us going, although we want to make sure we secure the football. But that was a big play in the football game, was Jermaine's catch. And but Rex Burkhead, James Wright, Will Clark on defense.
I like it when you have a long list.
Yeah, Drake Kirkpatrick, Darquez Denard all came in and made significant plays in the game.
When you look at schedules, and you always look at them as 4-game schedules, but you can look at this one as a 3-game schedule. You got 3 on the road, which is something you just rarely do. How satisfying is it that you started that way and carry that on the road now to Houston?
Well, I mean, that's big. We knew this when April, May, whenever the schedule came out, that these were going to be 3 significant games against, at that point, we knew would be 3 pretty good football teams. And so we know that how difficult it is, 3 tough places to play. And so we got to go and make hay, and it's going to be important this week. We take the same mindset into this game on Sunday afternoon and get after it early.
All right, back here at the Eichler Golf Car Autograph Table with Bengals running back Rex Burkhead. Rex, I'm wondering, after making so many contributions the last couple of weeks, making the most of your opportunity with Gio Bernard having been out, what's harder, getting ready for a game and a week when you know you are part of the plan,